What's good, fight fans? This is Ashley's Corner. I want to remind you to check out the Liquor Spot on YouTube, here on YouTube, each and every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, where the ladies chop it up about boxing and MMA and about relations and relationships. Now, I'm going to get right into the video and talking about this fight. This is part two, and I'm going to talk about the specs real quick. Errol Spence has 26 wins and 0 losses. 21 knockouts. He's fought for 120 rounds. His knockout percentage is 80.77%. He is the WBC and IBF champion at welterweight. 2 years old. He is a southpaw, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch reach out of DeSoto, Texas. And he's coming off of a win versus Sean Porter, which was his last fight about 16 months ago, and he's been pro for 8 years. Now, Danny Garcia has 36 wins and 2 losses. He has 21 knockouts. He's fought for 258 rounds. His knockout KO percentage is 55.26%. He's 32 years old, 5'8", with a 68.5-inch reach, and he is from Philly. His 2 losses came from Keith Thurman in a 12-round split decision in 2017, and he fought Bam Bam Hands Down Rios, and he TKO'd him in 9 rounds, and then he lost to Sean Porter. So those was his 2 losses, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. And between those 2 fights, he fought Bam Bam Rios. And in Sean Porter's fight, Sean Porter beat him via unanimous decision in 2018, and he's coming off of a win versus Ivan Redkach, and that was a 12-round unanimous decision win, and he's been pro for 13 years. Now, this fight is going to be on Fox pay-per-view, and I believe it's a pay-per-view worthy fight. I believe after this fight, Errol Spence should get all the credit in the world for taking Danny Garcia straight off an accident of that magnitude, that accident, and not taking a tune-up and getting right straight to Danny Garcia. He's far from a cherry pick. He is the whole damn tree. He's not a cherry pick at all. Especially coming off of this type of last time he fought was 16 months ago. It is a dangerous fight, but I believe, especially after seeing Errol Spence in his open training, man, that media workout, man, it's beautiful work. Errol Spence's body and stuff is in shape to how it was before he got the IBF title, and that's what he said his focus was when he had that first interview fresh off that accident. I think he was outside in his backyard. It was a long interview, and that's what he was saying his goal was, and he's 100% focused. He did work up a nice sweat during that workout, so you know that he's not dehydrated at all. He looks ready to go. It's going to be a great fight, and I'm telling you already, spoiler alert, I have Errol Spence winning this fight hands down. Now, when I look at Danny Garcia and his style and boxing ability and his skill and everything that he brings to the table, he is a pretty good fighter. He's a very good fighter, I should say. The problem is that what he does good isn't good enough for what Earl does great, But Danny Garcia, let me just straight off say, Danny Garcia is a stationary puncher, okay? Not only power punches, but the jab as well. Usually, you'll see the jab being doubled up, or you'll see some snap put on, people step into the jab. I don't really see none of that. You know what I'm saying? I usually never see him double up on the jab, and he never steps into it. He never steps into his jab. Danny Garcia doesn't hold his hands up enough to fight Errol Spence, hands down, man down. He waits too long, to get off his counter punches. He just like Keith Thurman said, he never met a fighter that was content to just sit there and stare at him in the ring. That's Danny Garcia. And Errol Spence is somebody that throws close. Well, he's been known to throw close to 100 punches around. And Danny Garcia, he does too much waiting. He doesn't start any offense, if that makes sense. Everything that he does is working off of a counterpunch. He doesn't just work off his own defense or his own offense and puts his own punches together or start stuff. Like, he really don't do that. He sits back and wait to see what a fighter is doing, and because of that, it will be extremely difficult to win rounds versus Errol Spence Jr. Truly, just very difficult to do. His left hook doesn't look as strong as it used to look. Period and point blank. I hear a lot of people talking about that left hook. He hit Sean Porter with that left hook 3-4 times. Sean Porter didn't flinch. It didn't stop Sean Porter from doing anything that he was doing. Okay. And the only welterweights that Danny Garcia has stopped was Adrian Granados, hands down, Bam Bam Reels, Samuel Vargas, and Paulie. Okay, Danny's not that big power puncher that he used to be. He's not that same guy. He don't carry that power like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stopped Samuel Vargas. Paulie, bruh, come on. Hands down, Rios, bruh. And I remember when I made that video about him fighting Rios, it was people that was saying that they was Puerto Rican or from Philly and they would feel disrespected if he fight him. Well, he fought him. And bruh, so what? You knocked out Samuel Vargas, Paulie, Rios, and Adrian Gano. So what? So what? It's not big to me. Like that big left hook is not that big no more. If Danny Garcia cannot slow down Errol Spence's punch output, if he can't slow down Errol Spence's punch output, he's going to get picked apart in this fight. Danny Garcia is going to get picked apart. All right. I never looked at Danny as a fighter that sets up fighters or sets up his opponents to make them make mistakes or to make them run into things, or I've never seen him do that. Never seen Danny do that. But seeing that Danny is just going to stand there so he can sit down on his punches, Earl can set up Danny a lot in this fight. He can set him up to make mistakes, set him up to run into things, all of that. Danny Garcia is looking to stop Errol Spence. That's what he's saying out of his mouth. He's looking to stop Errol Spence. You're going to have to be sitting down on a lot in order to do that. Errol Spence is the most skilled welterweight Danny has ever fought. And he's a southpaw on top of that. And we've seen how Danny does against southpaws like the one he just fought, Ivan Redkach. Earl gonna have it his way, like fast food, December 5th. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.